Everybody, welcome back. Today's day two. So hopefully day one went pretty smooth for you, and all of the lines and transversal, all different types of angle relationships that you learned yesterday. Hopefully you're feeling somewhat comfortable with them. Keep in mind, you have to make sure you completed check-in number one, which was task number three yesterday, because that is a graded assignment. So shout out to that. Make sure you get that done before you move on to day two. But day two is pretty stacked. We have a bunch of things for you to look at. So let's just get to it. Task number one is going to be to click this link right here, which is going to watch another type of video. So we're actually going to add a little bit to what you learned yesterday. Not only do these angle pair relationships exist, but they actually have a special relationship with regards to their size. Some of them might be complementary, which hopefully you remember means adds up to 90. Some might be supplementary, which hopefully you remember means adds up to 180, and some of them might be congruent. So this video is going to talk about how these relationships come together, how they exist when these parallel lines are being intersected by a transversal. So please feel free to, well, actually don't feel free, definitely watch the video and make sure that you learn what those actual size relationships are. So task number one, watch the video, pretty straightforward. Task number two, there's actually 2 pages. So if you go under day 2, angle pair practice, that's off to the right here. So angle pair practice, you're going to actually practice identifying those relationships once again and using those relationships that you learned in the first video. All right. From there, you're going to move on to task 3. So actually task 3, the notes sheet is already here for you. So it's called day 2, using angle pair relationships. You're going to actually practice setting up and solving equations based on the relationships that you identify. So over here, I'm actually going to show you this. So if you go to day 2 where it says using angle relationships, let me scroll up briefly. This is the actual video, actual worksheet that I, Mr. Field, go through in the video. So please make sure you take these down as notes. Step 1 with all of these is just identifying what type of angle you actually have. Are they vertical, linear pairs? Are they adjacent? Are they a complementary pair, supplementary? Are they corresponding, alternate interior, so on and so forth. So once you actually identify and recognize which one you're dealing with, then you have to successfully set up and solve an equation based on their relationship. And like I said earlier, some of these are equal to each other. They're congruent. Some of them are supplementary, so on and so forth. So step 1 is really just recognize which one you have going on. Now, obviously, in these examples, they're fairly straightforward. This is the general picture that you're going to get used to, and hopefully you are by now. However, they're going to start to get much more complicated. So please watch this video as I go over some strategies for you when you do get to a more convoluted or crazy looking diagram, how you can actually chunk it and break it down piece by piece so that you're not dealing with a whole lot all at once. All right. So that's using angle pair relationships. And then the last task, as you can see, is you're going to complete the first 3 pages right here where it says day 2, apply angle relationships. So once you know how to recognize them, then of course you have to apply. Now you'll notice if I click on it, there are 5 different pages. The first 3 are really what we're concerned with. If you happen to have extra time, you can challenge yourself a little bit and work on pages 4 and 5, but that's not necessary. But what you do need to make sure you get done is day 2, pages 1, 2, and 3 under the apply angle relationship. If you get that done, you should be ready for day 3. All right. Again, if you have any problems or issues, feel free to email us at your leisure, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks.